Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
Well, well, well. What are they going to do now when they're openly calling for a military coup against the president? They're openly calling for a shutdown of the free press. They're openly calling for a takeover of the internet. They're openly calling to get rid of our borders completely, or we're horrible, evil racists, but nobody else gets rid of their borders. They're openly calling for an accelerated Muslim invasion. And they've got Homeland, Comedy Central shows, Tuck Buckford. They've got shows on Showtime and HBO and movies coming out where people just start screaming all these horrible, horrible racist things and then saying, I learned it from Alex Jones. I mean, I won't even repeat the things they say because then they'll just take the clips out and edit it together. I saw an article on Friday out of Newsweek, last Friday, by this spook lady, and just a nobody, and she just had all these like 2-letter and 3-letter quotes, and then some of them weren't even quotes edited together. It just said, Jones is telling his listeners to go out and bleep more Democrats. And they're so deceptive. I mean, I should just be able to say my free speech that they said that, but I won't even say it because they'll edit that. I mean, they've gone all in. They are such scum. I mean, words don't describe what lying filth they are. And you read all these quotes, 3-letter and 2-letter quotes, and legally for themselves, they put quotes around them, and then they have more quotes. Let me tell you something. When you see 2 or 3 words with quotes, and then the next words are quotes, and they're trying to make you read it like somebody said it, like you're not literary, like you don't know English, they're cobbling it together. Just like if I said Jack went out and played golf with his dad, and boy, he killed it. You could edit that together to say Jack went out and killed his dad while playing golf. That's what they did. I mean, I went back and looked at the shows they talked about. It's like, we don't want violence. They want a shooting war. They killed 2 more cops this week. They're calling for more death. We need to hold our powder and keep waking people up politically. They're losing. We do not want to be violent. They want a civil war. Let's not give it to them. We're winning. That turns into I want violence. Owen Schroyer, what do you make of the period we're at? Because our credibility is going straight up like an Atlas rocket. While theirs is going in the toilet. They admit they know they're not going to be able to get Congress. They admit they can't get rid of Trump right now. So now they're saying, let's militarily overthrow him. And everybody needs to go along with this bipartisanly. And I guess hope that the coup group stops at that. Of course, they're not going to stop. Everybody's supposed to get scared of, oh, you're a coup group. Oh, some shadow government striking back. Let's all bow down to it with a bunch of weirdo, pervert-looking, FBI guys like Mueller and Comey, covering up the pedophile rings, and Clapper, the Wahhabiist, running around, and Brennan, the Wahhabiist. Brennan, the Wahhabiist. Clapper's just the big liar before Congress, saying there's no NSA spying on the American people. I mean, these are whack jobs, and they just are total losers. I don't see them pulling this coup and getting away with it, but they just can't help it. They're like a dog going back to their vomit, Owen.
Well, they have to attempt this coup because President Trump is willing to address real issues, which Washington, D.C. and the White House has been ignoring for years. Everybody freaking out about President Trump not wanting to put transgenders in the military. Well, that's a minor issue, okay? That's only a big issue to the Barack Obamas of Washington, D.C.
They're not giving their constituents anything real, so they give them taxpayer-paid-for, weenie chops.
Well, and here's the other thing that's been so refreshing about Trump, why he's endeared himself to America, is because he's willing to say the things that have been considered politically incorrect in the past, because he's willing to say things that the Washington establishment is not willing to say. And it's time for Congress to take that same approach to their work, Alex. I mean, it's amazing the things that Congress just completely ignores on the Hill. It's really sickening, to be honest with you.
Exactly. And again, they want to all just act establishment and stuff suit. The Democrats are trying to organize a violent coup. Yes, it's crazy. It sounds nuts to talk about it, but it's happening. So we've got to address it. Stay with us. We'll be right back. When you study the patterns of history and the signatures of Renaissance versus the signatures of degradation, entropy, and collapse, history does repeat. It also rhymes, as it's been said by many historians. And complacency and decadence is the #1 hallmark of the most brutal collapses into the underworld or into the Golgothic, Hades-like systems of the French Revolution or Communist China or Soviet Russia or so-called socialist Venezuela today. Because it's not about what you produce and do or what you stand for. It's about the fact that you are dishonorable and will work in those dishonorable groups to engage in predatory activities against your fellow citizens. And we're sitting here, myself included, very complacent. I should be calling Congress, panicking. I should be running down the street handing out flyers. I should have aircraft flying saying, coup against the president planned. But instead, I'm like, yeah, they're planning a coup in all these publications, and they have former Deputy Defense Secretary in the news making the rounds, making the case for a military intervention against the president. I told you about that before it was in the news. Then it was in the major publications that they're planning a COG overthrow of the president, and now they've got the Aspen Institute, a high-level kind of Bilderberg public event, Davos, type event out west in Colorado, with Clapper, the former head of national security. That's over the 17 agencies. And then you've got the former head of the CIA who told the president better watch his mouth, running around saying, oh, it's very reasonable, bipartisan. It's just like you change a tire on your car, or you pay your bills or wipe your nose or brush your teeth in the morning. It's very routine. We need to just remove the president with a coup if he removes Mueller, who's on the biggest fishing expedition of his life, of our lives, with all these Democrats, two of them which Trump fired. They give 99.8% of their money to Hillary. That's all over the news. And now it's to his whole family, all his businesses, all of the people in his campaign. They're using illegal NSA data to take non-events, like them looking for dirt on Hillary, and to make it these big, huge, evil things, or Senator Sessions talking to the Russian ambassador a few times, which he admitted to, which he's supposed to do on the Foreign Relations Committee. Pelosi said, I've never met with him. Then turns out she met with him 30-plus times, photographed with him more than 10 times in the same year, 2016. Everybody knows it's the Russians have been up the Democrats' behinds. It's not the Republicans. And it is kind of payback from the Democrats from 50 years ago when the Republicans went after them for being in bed with the Russians when they were communist. So it's just absolutely wild to see this going on. And now you've got Brennan, former CIA director, at a meeting with Clapper, nodding his head with Wolf Blitzer, sitting there, who's a foreign intelligence operative. He literally admitted he admittedly worked for Israeli intelligence. You think he still doesn't do it? I'm not against Israel, but imagine if Israeli TV hosts were CIA and everybody knew it, and then you're not supposed to talk about it because you're bashing Americans if you go, oh, that guy's a CIA guy. It's just what we put up with the Pope in our business, and the Saudi Arabians, and the Chi-Coms, and the EU, and the bureaucrats, and like, get out of our lives, New World Order. So all of this is now happening. This is all admitted. What do we do to raise the alarm? What do we do to get attention? I'm going to tell the business owners something. We have a lot of great AM and FM affiliates that pick up our broadcast. And it gets ratings, but a lot of the big sponsors obviously are scared. If you keep continuing to be scared, we're going to lose everything. We got here because of people being scared and being politically correct. And they can always move the goalpost and make political correctness more and more and more until you can't use the words mother and father on entrance papers for your kids. Your kids call themselves purple penguins and don't call themselves he or she's. You allow cult-like brainwashing to go on because you don't want to hurt any feelings. You want to go home and watch TV. You want to go home and plug yourself into the Matrix. Why'd you even have kids? We need people to get aggressive in the face of this, and we need folks to, if you're business owners, don't wait for orders from headquarters. You should be putting billboards up everywhere about the plan to have a coup against Trump. the plan to overthrow America, the plan to take our guns, the plan. We're kicking their butt. That's going to cause them to have a all-or-nothing, battle of the bulge attack, a counterattack on us that you're now seeing them organize. And so, you notice Newsweek said, I'm calling for a violent coup. I want a civil war. No, I said they want a violent coup. They want a civil war. Trump and his Justice Department must move against the criminal preparations that are totally illegal according to so many federal laws. It makes my head spin. To overthrow an elected president, to try to shut down the press, to have the CIA admittedly in Congress saying they want to shut down the independent media. All of this is illegal, and all of it's out of control, and the Russian and Chinese ties of the Democrats, and the illegal servers, and the stealing the Haitian money, and the $12 million she got in Morocco from the king. We have to move against them on every front, politically exposing them as the criminals. They're trying to normalize military coup right now to try to do it, to try to get their people to follow the order to do it. Guaranteed, they've already been given orders to try to get a coup going in these rogue agencies. It had to happen. But they're trying to organize it, and they're trying to work with outside groups. And we're so wide open, ladies and gentlemen, they might get away with it. So I'm here to tell you, Trump needs to come out and address the nation. He needs to point this out. And then we need to see indictments of these people. We need to see Brennan and Clapper indicted for sedition, indicted for treason, indicted for multinational espionage. This corporate fraud's so big, they come in and take over your whole government and then try to get rid of your free press, get rid of your president, so they can keep selling the country out. So again, we need everybody to understand this is hardcore, this is real, this is happening, and the danger is not spreading the word. They want to just calmly start talking about, yeah, the cops deserve to get shot. Yeah, we need to burn down the cities, yeah, we need to, kill some of these governors. Yeah, Trump needs to die. We need to have the military overthrow him. Yeah, he's a Russian. Yeah, it's time for us bipartisanly to just it's no big deal. Hey, everybody be calm when this happens, and we don't want the country torn apart. They're trying to get the talking points out for when they drop a 2,000-pound bomb on Trump, turn the air defenses off, and have one of their crazies. They've already got picked out. Go in there. I'm telling you, folks, the sky's the limit. I bet they got pilots ready to get in Warthogs right now, somewhere in Virginia. You understand? The president needs to go in a bunker. He needs to declare this is going on. We're already in a civil war. They admit it. And here's Clapper, and here's Brennan on the stage calling for coup. Here it is.
But this is where the work of Robert Mueller is critical to our future as a country, because in some respects, we're a government and a nation in crisis right now.
You have confidence in this special counsel?
Absolutely.
You both worked with him for a long time when he was head of the FBI.
Absolutely. It was an inspired choice.
They don't come any better.
And nobody better than Bob Mueller, who is a straight shooter and will not be intimidated by anything.
And if he's fired by Mr. Trump, or attempted to be fired by Mr. Trump, I really hope that our members of Congress, our elected representatives, are going to stand up and say enough is enough, and stop making apologies and excuses for things that are happening that really flout, I think, our system of laws and government here.
When you say enough is enough, what will
enough is enough.
If he's fired, and he's the president of the United States, he could tell Rosenstein to fire him if he wants. But if he's fired, what would you want Congress to do?
Well, first of all, I think it's the obligation of some executive branch officials to refuse to carry out some of these orders that, again, are inconsistent with what this country is all about. But I would just hope that this is not going to be a partisan issue, that Republicans and Democrats are going to see that the future of this country is at stake, and there needs to be some things done for the good of the future.
So he wants an executive branch coup. And he's saying we've got McCain, we've got other people on board, the Republican leadership, to then call out the Freedom Caucus and the American Restoration groups. And notice, again, he tries to sell it like it's a good thing. They're the ones illegally spying on the Trump campaign and illegally fixing the polls and illegally fixing the questions for Hillary. They've all been caught. They're discredited. They have no evidence of this made-up Russia crap, other than the Trump's trying to find dirt on Hillary. Good. That's what we need. Trump said, give us the WikiLeaks emails if you got them. Said that on the stage. It's not hiding it. So when we come back, Owen Schroyer's riding shotgun with us. I want to open the phones up as well, but this is a big deal. Please don't forget, we need your support and prayers now more than ever. Thank you for standing with us in this battle for the Republic. We have the initiative. We have the moral high ground. We're beginning to win, but the enemy is now counter-striking. We need your prayers today. The president needs your prayers around the clock. Please lift us up in prayer. We don't believe in it. We depend on it. We know it. It's beyond believing it. We know it. It's in my bones. It's in my gut. And we also have big sales. These are the biggest sales ever of Super Female Vitality. I just wanted to do it. 57% off. So that is a loss leader, almost a loss leader. Super Male is about to be sold out. Its special's over. It's at regular full price, but Super Female works great for men as well. Women, you really should try it. Libido, stamina, energy. And the more debilitated you've been, the more you'll feel it. 5-star reviews are in the thousands. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver, 66% off. Caveman in both flavors. Chocolate and strawberry, 25% off. Myco ZX, a giant 46% off. The amazing system to go after not just the bad bacteria, but the fungus and stuff in your guts. DNA Force, 20% off. Big sales on water filters, air purifiers, and more. They're all about to end. They have to end, and free shipping ends in a couple days. InfoWarsStore.com. Thanks for the support. These are the times that try men and women's souls, my friend. Thank you for joining us. We are at a historic crossroads. The Democratic Party is openly calling for martial law, a shutdown of free press, and the former CIA director, Brennan, on a stage with Wolf Blitzer, and, of course, the former head of national intelligence as well, calling for a coup against President Trump. President Trump must go public about this. President Trump must, via the Justice Department, move against incredible criminal activity like this. Now, they're also spinning this, trying to say, oh, well, if he removes Mueller, then we have a right to do this. No, the president has the right to do that. If Congress wants to try to impeach him, they can. It's the separation of powers. But the bureaucracy, Democrats that have appointed FBI directors, law firms that are giving themselves tens of millions of dollars to run this witch hunt, where 99.8% of the people that are donating money to political parties are giving it to the Democrats and Hillary and Mueller's law firm. Total conflict of interest. Two of the people on this new witch hunt special investigator, special counsel group were fired by Trump, working for the federal government as U.S. attorneys. This is a joke. This is a joke. Again, it's like a man divorcing his wife, and he's the judge, the family law judge, that sits on his own case. And Trump's going, what are you doing? Now they've expanded it to all his finances, all his companies, all his family, all his associates, everybody in his campaign to try to find something. And they're using illegal spying to get it. It's so un-American. President Trump must move against the globalist. President Trump constitutionally must expose this to the public and then have an attorney general that will execute the Constitution faithfully and will go after a multinational coup of private interest and bureaucrats who think they're going to publicly organize a military coup. That's the killing of the president. Is the president supposed to just sit there and wait till they kill him? That's the question I'm asking. Is he just going to sit there while they organize a violent overthrow and the shutdown of the free press? Are we going to sit here and take it? We've got to do what Pastor Rodney Howard Brown from South Africa, who's been on before, by the way, and who has a huge ministry and is a major evangelical who's friends with Trump and led that prayer meeting 2 weeks ago with Trump. He met with a senior Republican congressman who said the plan for violent overthrow is imminent. They're organizing it now. Well, hell, you just saw earlier, I played the clip, Brennan up there with Clapper on TV saying we're organizing a bipartisan overthrow of the president. He said, we're taking action. We're moving in this direction. We're taking the steps. And you go, why would they tell you about a coup? They've got to get everybody sold on it in the bureaucracy. That's what's letting you know they took the safety off. They got the switches ready. They're turning the nuclear keys. You think we can all just sit here and put up with this? You think you're going to be safe with these people? You think they're just going to stop there? They're going to loot everything. They're monsters. And they're trying to tell Republicans, go along with this, we'll leave you in power. They're not going to leave anybody in power. They want a one-party system because they've been rejected. And they admit that's what they want. Owen Schroyer, how epic is this moment we're facing? And what do you think the president should do specifically?
Well, earlier you were saying, what do we do to raise the alarm? How do we get the American public to realize what's going on? And I think that President Trump has realized that now he needs an attorney general that's going to do that. He needs an attorney general that's going to be vocal. He needs an attorney general that's going to come out and say, hey, look at all these violent Democrats calling for a coup against Trump. Look at Bernie Sanders calling the Republicans an extremist party, and then Steve Scalise and 4 other people get shot at a baseball practice. Look at them saying openly they want a coup against Trump. Look at them saying openly they don't want to engage with Trump in making America great again. He's not getting that. Nobody's saying that for him. He's not getting that public support from anyone in Congress, from anyone in his administration. He's got Scaramucci now that seems to be doing it this week, coming out. But I think that that's what Trump needs to do right now to try to get that into the mainstream, get that rhetoric, get what you're talking about out there. I totally agree, because look, InfoWars is his main support base. They know that's why they're attacking us. It's the American people. We're not scared. We're not going to be slaves of the globalists. We're done. But all those cowards in Washington are trying to hedge their bets. And he's just got to get real people around him that aren't playing ball with the globalists. Because, look, I'd compromise to get the country going. They're not going to compromise. They're never going to stop. Well, Scaramucci says he's going to fire everybody that leaks. So I think Trump needs to fire anybody who's not willing to get behind him 100%.
That's right. I want to talk specifically to military, law enforcement, and others, people in other countries that have lived under coups, you name it. When we come back, 800-259-9231.
We're on the march.
First-time callers.
The Empire's on the run.
800-259-9231. I'll give the number when we come back. We're going to take calls on this subject. Got a bunch of clips, too.
All right, so here in America, we're at a turning point tonight with forces now forming an alliance to try and remove President Trump from office. It's that serious.
This is not a diversionary tactic. This stuff is real here. This coup, this silent coup that is taking place is real.
A soft coup is underway right here in the United States of America in an attempt to overturn November's election results and forcibly remove a duly elected president from office. Sinister forces quickly aligning in what is becoming now, in my mind, a clear and present danger.
Because I got to go into the Congress and spend 3 hours from 9:30 in the evening to 12:30 a.m. with one of the senior ranking members of Congress. And he told me, and of course this is what I said on CBN, but they cut it out, but I'm going to go public with this because we have to. He said there is a plot on Capitol Hill to take the president out. I said, you mean by impeachment or by indictment? He said, no, to take him out.
This is an effort to subvert the administration of President Donald Trump. It is nothing less. It is an effort by the deep state to roll over a duly elected president and a legitimate government and to break the will of the American people.
You can read between the lines. I said, look, I said, that's not going to happen. He said, well, really, there's nothing we can do to stop it. I said, we are going to stop it because we're going to mobilize the body of Christ to pray.
And the best description of it is by Barry Castleman in his blog, where he said this is a coup d'etat. He said 14 million citizens and private ballots picked Donald Trump. 20 TV executives have decided to destroy him.
This is no longer about Republicans and Democrats, conservatives and liberals. This is about a full-on assault by the left, the Democratic Party, to absolutely carry out a coup d'etat against President Trump.
Now, I'm going to play for you. That's the last few months. Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich, senior pastors, Trump's pastor basically, meeting at the White House with a senior member of Congress. This is just last week, breaking this week. And CBN is afraid to run it, and I understand. This is real. You have to understand, they're in publications that government reads trying to get it ready. And again, they're not just going to kill Trump. And believe me, they're going to kill him if they try. They're not going to let him haul him before a court in chains, turn him into a superhero. He's going to be a big enough martyr already. They're going to try to politically destroy him, then kill him, then bring out horrible lies about him so he can't defend himself. And they're going to go after all the opposition. You notice Ron Paul's starting to back Trump. He knows how much trouble Trump's in. He says, quote, Trump's back's against the wall when he was on last week and said he's doing a good job. Rand Paul says he gets up. In fact, I never played that clip last week. Can we pull that up? He wakes up every morning and thanks God Donald Trump is president or we'd already be in giant wars. That's a fact. That's Rand Paul. Those are good guys. They understand. Now, you notice the Pauls now weren't supporting Trump. Now they are because they understand, folks, he's the figurehead, and they're putting everything they can to take him down. If they get Trump, they're going to get Ron Paul. They're going to get Rand Paul. They're going to get me. They're going to get Matt Drudge. They're going to get Sean Hannity. They're going to get Rush Limbaugh. Now, is Rush Limbaugh perfect? No. Is Hannity perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. We're not out to get the country. We believe in prosperity. We believe in open religious freedom. We're Christians. We believe in America. We're not selling out to radical Islam. We're not trying to sexualize kids. We're just decent people. Does that mean Republicans don't go off the deep end sometimes? Absolutely. Does it mean the Republican establishment's horrible? Absolutely. Did it mean Limbaugh's been too easy on them? Yes. But all that's over, folks. The Republican establishment knows their days are numbered too. That's why they're combined in this evil combination, this trifecta of MSM, foreign corporations, and the political class in this country that want to stay in control. And you've got this evil combination, that's what it is, like a legion of doom, and then all their minions that are their useful idiots who are totally invested in the system. I'm going to play Brennan again here in a moment, but first I'm going to play Rand Paul. But here they are, confirming everything we've said. And I don't keep saying every segment, see, I was right again. I'm explaining they're after me because I've read over 1,000 history books. I used to stay up till 2, 3 in the morning almost every books from ancient Greece and Rome and World War II and World War I. And by learning history, I learned how statecraft worked. I learned about court intrigue. I learned about secret societies. I learned about COG. I'm not bragging. I was just the type that would watch C-SPAN when I was in high school and college. I'm the type of weirdo that would, watch the re-airing on PBS of Watergate hearings. I'm the type of guy that would watch Frontline. And back when it was a good show about COG and plans they had to have martial law back in the 80s. They didn't go there, but now I'm seeing what they had planned then. They're crazy enough to try it. They didn't try it before because there was a good chance they'd end up going to prison. The globalists are more wild now. They're not really the old guard that actually got power for themselves, that actually ran things. They were bad, but at least they worked 18 hours a day and had some restraint. You look at the people running things now, they thought they were going to beat Trump. It shows it's like they're weak and they're overconfident. And what is it you learn about these weirdos that get mentally ill and get megalomania? If they're a manager or, some small thing, the more power they get, the crazier they get. That explains all of this. And Trump is just steadfastly like a leader, taking it all, going through it. And so now is the time. Everybody needs to pray for Trump, pray for InfoWars. They need to get these clips we just played and get them out to everybody so they understand this is happening. And then don't pull back and get scared and put your head down. Putting your head down at a crossroads of history, you may get ahead putting your head down in different periods of life on average. You won't be a happy person. It'll end up leading towards collapse down the road. But at the end of the line, keeping your head down makes you go over the cliff. You're like in a canoe about to go over Niagara Falls. Keeping your head down is going to get you destroyed. You got to paddle over towards the land. You still got time. There's Niagara Falls. Oh, it's scary. Here, let's put our head between our knees. Don't have paddles? You better jump in the water and swim towards the shore. Are you going to make it? I don't know. But I'm rowing as hard as I can, and I think we got a chance here. But I'm in the boat with a bunch of people that got their thumbs in their rear ends, and I'm not complaining at most of you. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, I don't tell you about half the stuff goes on behind the scenes. It's like a James Bond movie, okay? But I got to tell you, most of their operatives and people I run into now are scared. They look at us like we're rock stars, and you can tell they want to join us. They're just scared. They don't like working for the system. And that's why the globalists are so close to the edge right now, is because their minions, a lot of them are corrupt, but they're not psychopaths, and they're mercenaries, and they just want to have a future. And they realize there's no future under globalism. It's about austerity. And it's sick, and it's failed, and it's evil, and we don't want to be part of this. Now is the time when the chips are down, which our prognosis is great. This way is, happy trails and green pastures. This way is hell on earth. But they're telling us this way towards the green pastures is hell, and heaven's towards the hellish part. If people just saw, they go, well, this is easy choice. But the reason the chips are down is that the enemy is so bold and is publicly promoting coups now and civil war while simultaneously saying it doesn't exist. When they speak to Davos or Aspen or Bilderberg or Charlie Rose, then it's we want martial law and overthrow because they're talking to intelligentsia. But when they talk to the public, they're like CNN. Crazy Alex Jones says there's a plan for a coup, so he wants to kill Democrats. Never show you a clip of it, do they? They misrepresent. Oh, look, he's the kook. Ha ha. Comedy Central has whole shows now based on me. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Homeland. So everybody sees him pointed. Ah, ha, ha, ha. He's the one that just guessed the lottery right 10 times in a row. He's a kook. Oh, he just changed the whole world. Oh, the operating system he rebooted, Americana, has been picked up by the White House. Word for word, they figured it out. Exactly what I say out of the mouths of all these people now. And that's fine. I don't want the credit. The enemy already knows who gets the credit. They want to tell you, oh, we got all these shows demonizing him on HBO and Showtime and Comedy Central, and they were attacking him everywhere and saying how evil and bad he is and how he needs to die because he's powerless. Yeah, we're all obsessed with him because he's powerless. I am the spirit of 1776, and so are you. All I am is a match of flame. And when there's no other flame around, it looks big. And it's amazing. But all you got to do is set brush fires, and soon it's a bigger flame. And they go, oh, globalists, tell them just light the whole thing over. Oh, because the fire doesn't hurt us, it burns them. Oh, fire goes up. Oh, you want revolution? Oh, how about 1776? Oh, political. Fires in the minds of men. I'm a flamethrower. And I've already set devastating fires in the enemy camp. I just want you to recognize we're under the main assault because they know. They call me a virus on CNN and on Fox and on MSNBC. They go, oh, the virus, Alex, the virus. Because I know who they are. I know they're cowards. I know they're scum. I know they're filth. I know they hate their families if they even have them. I know them. I know that they know I'm not afraid. They hate that because they live in fear. They're rats. So here is the clip of, and we're going to your phone calls with Owen Shroyer riding shotgun with me. Here is Rand Paul.
Sometimes the media gets self-occupied with a story, the sort of, I think, made up in a way, Russian story, but we get so occupied with it that we forget the good things that are happening. And I think a lot of good things have happened so far. And I always compare it. Every day I wake up and say, it could have been Hillary Clinton. We could be at war in the Middle East because Hillary Clinton wanted to go to war everywhere, and she would be at war with American business. It could be terrible. And I think Trump's doing a much better job than we would have gotten.
There you go. The polls have total integrity, and they're behind Trump because he's real, folks. I can't believe he's gotten this much done, and we sit here and bitch. They're going to kill him any day now. They're going to blow him and his family up, folks. Oh, they're going to wait till they get the whole family together. They want them all, especially Donald Jr. Just watch. Oh, God, I can't believe that they've got Clapper and Brennan on TV calling for coups. And they've got these little weak spooks in Newsweek. Oh, God. And they're just we're just ruled by scum that hijacked everything. They didn't even conquer us. Now we're struggling, so they're trying to conquer us. And they're just such filth. Are we really ruled by these people? I need your support. You know, so many people have deficiencies, and as we know, so much of disease is caused by deficiencies. If you don't have vitamin C, you die. If you don't have selenium, you die. Just search selenium deficiencies, cancer. hundreds and hundreds of big studies. It's just amazing. And we wonder what's going on in our society with these fields that don't have the right minerals and cofactors in them and all the rest of it. We just sell products that I personally use and people love, produced by 4 of the biggest organic producers in the country. Group's one of them. The others are, even bigger established companies. Our new Whey is one of the biggest, best organic companies. It's grass-fed whey, organic, super high quality. That's available out of the gates, 20% off. We've got Caveman Combo. The new strawberry flavor is excellent. Vanilla didn't taste too good, so we never launched that. We have chocolate and vanilla, amazing bone broth concentrate. Then the turmeric, the chocolate mushrooms, the bee pollen, and so much more. It's the #1 selling bone broth formula out there. Bone broth, obviously, it's the equivalent of chicken noodle soup to squared. It's concentrated. So that's an amazing product. Now in strawberry flavor, that's 25% off. Super Female Vitality sells okay. Super Male is one of our best sellers, but Super Female is amazing, and it's almost the same formula as Super Male. The Super Male formula discount is gone because it's about to sell out. Super Female, we've got quite a bit of that, but I have no need to sell it at 57% off, which is basically a loss leader. But I'm doing it because I want women that have never tried it, or men, to try it, because for some men it works better for them. A guy doesn't like taking something that says it's for a female, but it's just a formula that's more geared towards women. I personally think some of the herbs in it are stronger, some of them are weaker, but it's tailored for women, but works better for some men. That's 57% off right now. Silver Bullet, colloidal silver, 66% off, $9.95. We've got the Super Silver special, colloidal silver bottle, Silver Bullet, the Super Blue toothpaste with colloidal silver and iodine, fluoride-free, and the electric toothbrush, 50% off. That's $34.93. Comparable toothbrushes sell for that much. The toothbrush sells for $19 normally. We're selling for $10 in that combo. That's what we get it for. So some of that is a loss leader. The toothbrush is a loss leader, but then we make some money on the toothpaste and the Silver Bullet with it. But that is an amazing deal. 50% off on the Super Silver special. Pro Pure Traveler, amazing system, very best gravity filter out there. Again, that's 30% off. Alexa Pure Breeze, amazing. Comparable units cost $200, $300 more. It's $149, and it's normal $219. It's a super deal. Great system. Vitamin Mineral Fusion with amino acids as well, $39.95. That's 33% off. Knockout is $14.95, 50% off. Prostagard is 33% off. Myco ZX is 46% off, because I want you to see the other part of the equation. InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or 888-253-3139. It targets the fungus and all the rest of the garbage. Owen Schroyer's riding shotgun there very dutifully, because I'm on the road, because I have any glitches. He pops in. We come back for several segments. We're taking your calls ahead of the big pastor, friends with Trump, been on before, Patriot, Mr. Brown, who met with the senior congressman about the martial law plan, the coup plan. Now, he brought this out on Monday. Here we are on Wednesday. Yesterday, a day after, Brennan comes out and says it on TV. They're getting a coup ready. So see the credibility of this. So that means they're getting ready to go live. We hope to back them off and stop them. But if we don't make a big deal out of this, if we let them normalize it, they're going to pull it. So again, but free shipping on top of all those specials, that ends this week. It's been throughout the month of July, but it's about to end. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. We are defending the Republic here. Thanks to listeners, we're breaking through. We've got a president in. The globalists are counter-striking and revealing themselves even more. We're going to go to Steve, Patrick, Jason, Carlos, Megan, and others ahead of Pastor Brown exposing the martial law from his White House meeting that the Democrats are planning. He'll be joining us. The planned coup, the murder of the president, now being publicly announced by Brennan and others on national television. They're just reporting like it's very calm that we're going to bipartisanly take him out in a coup. They're moving forward with that right now. Outside of elections, outside of impeachment, Wolf Blitzer says, but, you'd have to have Congress remove him. No, we have other things we're doing. And so there you go. Blitzer's smart enough to hedge his bets. Doesn't sound too safe, does it, old Blitzy? You guys are really going to go too far, aren't you? You can't help it, though. All of you want to get your feet wet. All the little wimp analysts and want-to-be tough guys out there want to get your feet wet. Well, boy, I hope it doesn't rain, but if it does, it's going to rain a lot. And I think you're going to get your face wet. Let's go ahead and go to Patrick in North Carolina. Patrick, you are on the air.
How's it going, Alex? First time.
Good, buddy. Go ahead. Welcome.
I was just calling to say that I think that Attorney General Jeff Sessions needs to go. I think Trump needs to start purging everybody, whether the Democrat, Republican, needs to expose them. And I think he needs to take it a step further and even expose the Federal Reserve.
Well, he has announced a move to audit it. That's why he's got the Pauls behind him. And he's getting real close to Rand Paul. That's my dream that would happen. I know Drudge might have had something to do with that. Little Bird told me. So a lot of exciting things going on behind the scenes. But you're absolutely right. I mean, he's got to do it. They're the ones, dereliction of duty. And Sessions has done a great job in the Senate, but he's choking. He's choking.
I believe he's going against the will of the American people. You know, he's battling in the wrong areas. He really needs to go after these people, go after the criminals who are bringing us down. I'm a newly
exactly. We have to go after the current infestation in D.C. God bless you. I appreciate your call. They're doing a great job. 69% down in illegals coming across the borders 6 months in. So, I mean, Sessions is doing a great job other than prosecute Hillary. We have to get on the offense. Everything they say Trump's done, they've done. Great point, sir. All right, we got Megan, Carlos, Stephen, Jason. You want to comment on what he just said real quick, Owen?
Well, I mean, it's obvious at this point that if Trump doesn't have an administration and a cabinet that's not only communicating together, that's why he brought in Scaramucci, but also is willing to not play defense, but also go on the offense. You know, I mean, that's something that you've been saying since the election. Why isn't Trump going on the offense? Why isn't he? I mean, Alex, this is a joke. You had Debbie Wasserman Schultz, IT person, get arrested trying to flee the country, okay? You had Lee Stranahan on yesterday breaking down the collusion with Hillary Clinton and the Ukrainians. Nothing on the Hill today, Alex. Zero. Zero on the mainstream news. Zero. Where is the Attorney General on that?
We have the Democrats colluding basically with over 50 foreign governments and getting money, hundreds of millions from foreign governments into the election coffer. They should all go to jail. It's open and shut, but they're trying to find a crooked fingernail on Trump. And they've got a dragnet out so big, they're going to find something in his whole system.
Yeah, Mueller can do whatever he wants now, and that's because of the special counsel giving him free reign.
Absolutely. Let's go to another call. We see Steve, who's been holding the longest here. Let's talk to Steve in New York. Steve, thanks for holding with Jason in Germany.
Hi, Alex. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's incredible to be able to get through to you. I've been trying to get through for 2 years, so I guess miracles are possible.
Well, the miracle's about to happen. I didn't hear the music coming up. I'm on the road. 70 seconds. I'm coming right back to you, Steve. Don't hang up. We're 70 seconds away from Steve, and then we're about 8-9 minutes away from Pastor Brown, and we'll continue on with your calls. But Steve, Jason, Carlos, Megan, John, everybody, your calls are straight ahead.